Good morning dear students, welcome. This time we are going to start up with class 8, chapter number 4, agriculture. If somebody asks you what is the meaning of agriculture, we can simply say the activity carried out to grow certain crop, to grow some crop, right? That is agriculture. Another term for agriculture is farming, right? So let's begin our chapter with the chapter number 4, agriculture. Let's begin with some of the terms, important terms, and these are very important that we need to understand. The first term is primary activities. You have to understand what is primary activity, secondary activity, and tertiary activity, okay? So the primary activity are those activities which are connected with extraction and production of natural resource. Any activity carried out to extract means to take out natural resource, or any activity that is connected with production of natural resource, that is primary activity. As for example, agriculture. In agriculture, we produce the natural resource like plants, right? Crops, wheat, maize, barley, whatever the agriculture is being carried out, right? So production of the things, production of the resource. So activity carried out or which is connected with production of natural resource and extraction of natural resource. Extraction of natural resource, if we take out certain material, certain resource, as for example fishing, we take out fish, that is a resource, right? So taking out, extracting out, extraction and production of natural resource is known as primary activity. Activity carried out for extraction and production of natural resource is primary activity, okay? Yes. Now secondary activity, it is concerned or related with processing of resource. Now resources are produced in primary activity. If we process those resources, that will come in secondary activity. For example, we take out wheat, right, from agriculture. Now wheat is given to the factory for processing so that wheat can be changed into flour, F-L-O-U-R, atta, right? So that industry is secondary activity. Processing of natural resource, okay? Processing of resources concerned, connected or related with processing of resource. As for example, mining is a primary activity because we are extracting minerals. Now if that mineral is converted into another form in industry, it will be secondary activity, okay? Make it a point. So concerned or related with processing of resources. As for example, steel manufacturing, okay? Steel is made by adding carbon, iron and other elements. So we are processing a certain resources. That's why it is considered as secondary activity. Steel manufacturing, bread baking. From agriculture we get wheat or flour. Now those flour will be processed for bread baking, bread making, okay? So this bread baking is another processing of the resource, so it is secondary activity. Weaving of cloth, cotton we get by agriculture, so it is a primary activity. But when cotton is transformed, it is processed into cloth, it is secondary activity. Understood? So those activities which are concerned with processing of resource are called secondary activity, and tertiary activity that support, that give the support to the primary and secondary activity. It neither produces anything nor does it process anything. It just supports both kind of activities. So it supports primary and secondary sectors. Example, transportation, trade, banking, all these are tertiary activity. That is which supports the primary activity and secondary activity are called tertiary activity. Trade, banking, transport, all these are example of tertiary activity. In standard 9 also you may need to read about types of activities. So make it a point. This is a perfect example and perfect definition of primary activity, secondary activity and tertiary activity. So go through it very nicely. Okay? Now moving on to the next after activities. Agriculture. We need to learn about agriculture as the chapter's name is. So agriculture, 50% of the country's population, 50% of the population, half of the population engaged in agriculture. That means they carry out agricultural activities. 50% of the population is carrying out, they are engaged with agriculture. 2/3 of population is dependent on agriculture. 50% of the people are engaged, that is they are doing the activity of agriculture. Moreover, 2/3 of the population, 2/3 of the population is dependent on this activity, that is agriculture. And if the question will be asked, what do you mean by the term arable land? The land on which crops are grown is known as arable land. Very famous question. What is arable land? What do you mean by the term arable land? The land on which crops are grown is known as arable land. Okay, so the land on which crops are grown is known as arable land. These are the type of farming. Okay, you make it a point. If you know about the flow chart clearly, then only there will be no confusion. There are two types of farming here: subsistence farming and commercial farming. How many types of farming are there? Two: subsistence farming and commercial farming. Now the subsistence farming is again divided into two sections: intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. These are the types of subsistence farming. Okay, subsistence farming and commercial farming are two types of farming. Then subsistence farming is again divided into two types: intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Now the primitive subsistence farming is again divided into two types: shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Okay, whereas commercial farming is divided into three types: commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation farming. So we need to know about all these types of farming in detail. That is all about this chapter. So must make ensure that you should learn this chart so that you never get confused what is this type of farming is. Okay, let's start with subsistence farming. Okay, the first type of farming, subsistence farming. So subsistence farming, this type of farming is practiced, is carried out to meet the need of farmers' family. If farming is carried out to meet the needs of farmer's family, फार्मर की फैमिली की जरूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए जो फार्मिंग किया जाता है, that is known as subsistence farming. So this type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of farmer's family. Now subsistence farming is divided into two types: intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. So what is intensive subsistence farming? The farming in which farmer cultivates a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. Okay, so in intensive subsistence farming, a small plot of land, okay, a small plot of land is being cultivated, okay, using simple tools and more labor. More labor is required. Moreover, tools that are used for carrying out agriculture is simple. So you have to differentiate well between intensive and primitive. So subsistence farming, first of all, you need to learn farming carried out to meet the needs of farmers' family, right? Now intensive subsistence farming, farming carried out over a small plot of land using simple tools and more number of labor. Okay, that is intensive subsistence farming. Now primitive subsistence farming. What do you mean by the term primitive subsistence farming? Primitive subsistence farming means shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Shifting cultivation is done and nomadic herding is done. Okay, if you look at the chart, here it is, primitive subsistence farming, shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Now we try to understand what is shifting cultivation and what is nomadic herding. Shifting cultivation, I have already told you, I have already taught you in history also. Yes, the type of agriculture, the type of farming in which the farming is carried out on one piece of land and after certain period moving on to another piece of land, right? So the forests are first cleared, they are burned, ashes mixed with the soil. Yes, remembered everything? Yes, ashes mixed with the soil made them fertilized, crops are grown, after harvesting moved on to another piece of land, that is shifting cultivation, right? Already given you lots of hint about it. Nomadic herding. Because shifting cultivation has already been taught to you, right? Shifting cultivation in which forests are first cleared, then the bushes are burned, ash produced is being mixed with the soil to make it fertilized, right? After that, crops are grown, sown, right? SOWN, sown. Crops are grown and then moving on to, after harvesting, moving on to another plot of land for carrying out the same activity, right? That is shifting cultivation. Nomadic herding, regarding this one, nomadic herding, nomad people who are not at one place, they keep on moving from place to place and herd with the cattle they move, okay, they move along with the cattle. So nomadic herding, herdsman, charvahe, right? Gadediyas. So herdsmen move from place to place with their animals for fodder, food, water, etc. That means for fodder and water of animals, they move from one place to another. Sheep, camel, goat, etc. are reared. That means sheep, camel, goat and other animals are domesticated, they are reared, and in return space along with their animals for fodder, food, water, etc. Okay, cattle are reared. Okay, and these cattle provide man with milk, meat, wool, hide, skin, okay, etc. etc. Now, after nomadic herding, we have commercial farming, right? So we have discussed intensive farming, primitive subsistence farming, shifting cultivation also, which is a part of primitive farming. We have discussed nomadic herding also. I have discussed nomadic herding right now. Now coming on to the next part of farming, commercial farming. Okay, as the name suggests, the farming carried out for commercial purpose, for sale in market, right? So crops are grown and animals are reared for sale in market. That means crops are grown and animals are reared for sale in market. Most of the work is done with the help of machine, whereas in intensive subsistence farming we used to carry it out with the help of simple tools and more labor. Here in commercial farming work is done with the help of machine. So this type of farming is again divided into three types: commercial grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation agriculture. Here you see from the flow chart, commercial farming is divided into three types: commercial grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation. Right? Now we will try to understand what is commercial grain farming. Okay, commercial grain farming, which means crops are grown for commercial purpose. Crops are grown for selling in market. Okay, crops are grown not for consumption, not for our need, but for others' need. That means crops are grown for sale in market. Okay, for selling in market. And mixed farming. Okay, another type of commercial farming. Here land is used for growing up of food, that means for agriculture also, and for rearing livestock, that means for domestication of animals. Here we do agriculture as well as we domesticate the animals, we rear the animals. Both are done on the same land or on the piece of land, that is known as mixed farming. Okay, and plantation farming, only single crop of tea, coffee, sugarcane, etc. are grown. So single crop, and that should not be a major crop, that will be a cash crop like tea, coffee, sugarcane. These things are only produced, are grown. Okay, and in this type of plantation farming, commercial farming, which is one of the type of commercial farming, large number of capital, money and labor is required. That means too much labor is also required and too much money is also required in such type of plantation. Clear? So this is about your agriculture chapter. Okay, now to have a refreshment of mind, we have given a comparison of farm in USA, that means agriculture in USA, a farm, a piece of land on which agriculture is carried out. Okay, so this is the condition of farm in USA, that means America, and this is the condition of farm in India. Let's compare how the farming in India or how the farm in India is different from farm in USA or America. The first is, in farm in USA, large sized farms are used, whereas in India, small sized size farms are used. Okay, this is the first point. Now in farm in USA, adequate measure, adequate steps, sufficient steps taken to control the pest, that means spraying of pesticides, insecticides were done with great precaution, with very powerful steps, or you can say with good steps. Okay, that means measures taken, steps taken to control the pest, right? Time to time soil samples are checked in lab in USA. Soil samples are taken so that people are aware, farmers are aware whether the soil is acidic or whether it is basic. Okay, in nature, acid and base, yes, whether the soil is acidic or whether the soil is base, right? Moreover, grains that are produced after the agriculture, they are stored, they are kept in automated grain storage, in automatic grain storage, where everything is done with the help of machine, automatic, everything will be automatic. Okay, so such type of farming is carried out in USA, whereas in farming in India, generally in India small sized farms are there. Okay, it is not farm, it is farm. Okay, so generally the farm in India, if I am going to talk about, are small sized, right? Yes, so small sized farms are there. HYV, high yielding variety, that means good quality seeds are purchased, right? If you want good crops, obviously you have to purchase good quality soil, good quality seeds, right? So high yielding variety seeds are purchased, right? Yes, high yielding variety seeds are purchased for yielding, for producing good crops. Moreover, tractors are used or bullock carts are used for ploughing. Generally in India, tractors or bullock carts are used for ploughing, right? Yes, and moreover, tube well and ponds, lakes, wells, these are used for irrigation. So if you compare, India is doing their agriculture by their own means, and farming in America or USA is being done with fully machinery and sophisticated ways. Okay, so this is about the chapter agriculture. I hope you might have known the things. If you have any problem, you can ask me at any time. Okay dear, so this is about the chapter. Now it's time to note down the homeworks. You have to draw a flow chart of types of farming. See how important the question is, to draw, to make a flow chart of the types of farming. That means all the types of farming you have to explain by the means of flow chart, right? Which I have drawn. Types of farming, right? And your another question is, what is arable land? That means you have to define arable land. What do you mean by the term arable land? This is all about this chapter agriculture. In my next class, I am going to discuss the question answers of this chapter. Okay, and question answers will be done along with some of the additional questions, right? Some of the additional questions also you will get while discussion of the question answers. Okay, so this is all about for this chapter, chapter number 4, agriculture. Next time I am going to come up with the question answer part. Till then, keep learning, keep studying hard, okay, because very soon your examinations are going to come. Your examinations are approaching, first terminal, and this time, mind you, we are making the provision of taking your test in subjective form, okay. So long answer type answers will also be asked in the examination, okay. So keep learning, keep doing your hard work. Thank you. Have a nice day to all.